Hello, this is Gavin Young.
Hi, my name is Jack Myers.
Hey, I'm Greg Carr II. We are
One.
Mike.
Trio.
Alrighty, guys, it is episode 8. We're back to some sports and theater today. Greg, hit us with an interesting fact.
Boom! Interesting fact of the day. The famous singer Taylor Swift. Did you know that she was a former Abercrombie model before she blew up? That is all.
Wow.
I actually did not know that. But didn't she blow? During her country phase or before her country phase?
During.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's awesome.
I was like, before that, she was like 13.
That's a nice little fact for all the Taylor Swift fans who listen to us.
I am personally a Swiftie. So
I'm a Swiftie.
My sister is. I like her music. I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore fan of her, but I like her music. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Taylor Swift ever.
I love her.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's get into the first topic. Obviously, sports. This is a sports and theater podcast. For this one, we got high energy. I'm ready to talk about this. Let's go. First game, Cardinals versus Saints, 42-34. This was a Thursday night game. What a game!
What a game indeed.
I love high scoring games. This was a great one. Cardinals balled out. That defense of the Cardinals finally came in clutch for them.
Yeah.
I mean, Saints defense just got blown out, and they still have like a top 10 defense in my opinion.
Yeah. Also, we cannot forget the obvious fact: the return of DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah, he went
off. Although he didn't have a touchdown, he had over 100 yards.
He's reminding people, hey, I was the number one receiver in this league, and I'm still top 10 at the least.
He's still him. He's still him.
Top 10 at the least when fully healthy. Saints, they can't figure out their quarterback situation.
It's disgusting.
You don't, and I'm going to be honest, I know there's a lot of people who love Taysom Hill. Don't play him at quarterback. He's so good when you put him anywhere and everywhere. He can play any position, in my opinion. You keep him doing that. He should be a big vocal point for that offense, always. He should be at least getting 3 touches rushing, a couple interceptions, some good blocking.
Man, I don't know. Me personally, I kind of want Taysom Hill at the QB1 spot.
I say one game. QB in one game. If it doesn't work out, you keep him in
I
that
say experiment with him because Andy Dalton, the Red Rocket, he's not doing anything right now.
They only lost by 8, though.
I know, but
yeah,
it's a loss is still a loss.
They said Jameis, and now they're going with Andy. The biggest problem for the Saints is the quarterback position, in my opinion. But they're also in healthy receivers. But Chris Olave, dude, I am loving him. He should win Rookie of the Year. I think he's my candidate
Chris
right
Olave?
now. Olave, he's doing amazing.
He was tied for receptions with Alvin Kamara.
Yep.
So, and he had 106 yards, averaging 15.1 yards per carry.
He's the number one receiver. If he doesn't get the Rookie of the Year, I can understand. But he, in my opinion, has been the best rookie receiver, I think, so far.
Yeah, 42-34.
Ravens over Browns, 23-20. Lamar Jackson clutching this game. Justin Tucker. But still, Lamar did not play bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't.
Lamar Jackson did not play bad, though. It was a close game, but it's mostly due to the fact that the Ravens' defense is not great. They're injured.
The only reason they won that game was Justin Tucker.
Yes.
End of discussion.
But I can give props to him because he did win the game. Lamar Jackson needed to get the big throws, but he did. He doesn't do big things. I think keep him mobile.
I don't know, man. It's quite obvious that the Ravens are a rushing team. It's quite obvious because the receiving yards, their most targeted was Bateman with 4 receptions and only 42 yards.
I like Rashad Bateman. If he stays healthy, he's a really good receiver.
And then Edwards had 16 carries, 66 yards overall, averaging 4.1 yards, and got 2 touchdowns.
They need to make a number one running back. They need to make it like that. I like how they have the 3 thing, but I think they need to just pick their number one and go with it.
In fact, the Ravens had 6 different players carry the ball that entire game, and they only threw the ball, I'd say, a combined total of, 6, 8, 9 times. They threw it 9 times.
Yep. I think
successfully.
I think if you're the Ravens coaching staff, you go after defense. If you want to go all in, you go for defense. You don't go for offense, in my opinion. Unless you want a big time receiver, fine. But I think they should go for defense because the defense needs to be better.
Yeah.
But they're getting wins still, and that's all they can hope for. Browns, Jacoby Brissett's his backup quarterbackness is showing.
It's
Nick Chubb needs to get the ball 30 times a game.
Listen. They are only holding out hope until he who shall not be named comes back to the QB1 spot.
Yep.
And unfortunately, I do not like this QB as a person.
But he's top 5.
He's
top 5.
in a decent system. He's a top 5 player.
Yep.
For sure.
He's a little bit better at throwing actually than Lamar, and he's just as mobile as Lamar.
Yeah.
He's the better Lamar.
He's the better version of Lamar Jackson.
But Lamar Jackson's doing his thing, so I can't even complain. All right, 21-3, Panthers over Buccaneers. I am in shock. I literally bet the Buccaneers to win that game because I was like, they should win this. All I can say is the Buccaneers right now are in shambles.
Shut up!
I have to say,
Jack, you shut your dick face.
I will say the defense is still going strong. They're letting up points, but I think the defense is coming back to normal.
It's not fair.
I think it all fell apart when Mike Evans
dropped that wide open pass.
Yeah, no, that opened up the game for the Panthers, in my opinion. I think momentum went to Panthers.
How do you lose to the Panthers?
One of the teams done it. Two teams have lost.
And now, you want to hear this interesting stat, Jack?
What?
The Buccaneers are 3-4. They're below 500. That has not happened to Tom Brady
2002.
since 2002.
Yep. We'll get more into, I think, that game. Honestly, Paul Walker, have yourself a day. Have yourself a day. Dante Foreman, good on you. No, running back number 1 in my opinion. Hubbard is a great backup. And DJ Moore had his game.
DJ Moore did have his game.
Good for you, Panthers. Honestly, good for them.
Honestly, yeah.
They deserve a win. Yeah. Okay, Bengals over Falcons, 35-17. Bengals took care of business.
Obviously.
They won it. Joey B is feeling himself again.
Joe Shiesty, Joe Burt.
But Jamar Chase is now out for 4 to 6 weeks.
That's
going to hurt.
That is a major loss.
T. Higgins is a great backup number 1, though, I will say.
I would go Boyd.
But he just had his big game. T. Higgins has been consistent, which is why I'm saying. But here's the thing: Tyler Boyd's gonna get more receptions because T. Higgins is gonna get covered.
And Jamar Chase is now out.
Yep.
So
this was a good win for them. They needed it. They got to come out strong next week and prove they don't need Jamar Chase, even though it's gonna be a big hit.
It's obvious that they need Jamar Chase, but they have to put on the facade that they don't.
That defense looked good against the Falcons. Falcons scored 17, but that defense came up and they balled out. They got Joey B the ball more.
Also, I'd like to shout out that Bengals offensive line for finally protecting Joey B.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Finally got it together.
I'm not the biggest fan of Joe Burrow. However, I like what he brings to the NFL. I like the swagger.
Oh, before we forget, Joe Mixon, 17
Underrated.
carries, 58 yards, averaged 3.4 yards per carry, and had a touchdown. He had himself a game.
He is a dual threat running back.
He
is one of the best dual threat running backs in the receiving and the rushing game. He can do both when he needs to. Bengals are finally getting a little bit together. They're only 1 win behind the Ravens, obviously. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
But Falcons. Mariota's not playing terrible, but he's not playing what you want him to. But the Falcons right now are not doing terrible.
Yeah, the Falcons are just 1 game below 500. They're 3-4.
They're exceeding expectations, in my opinion.
So I honestly am not worried about the Falcons right now.
24-6, Cowboys over Lions.
That was obviously expected.
Oh, yeah. The defense, Lions have been shut down by 2 top defenses. I still think, though, but Lions are getting DeAndre Swift back. That's a big plus for them.
That's a big one.
Once Amon St. Brown gets back to healthy, they've been hurt offensively. That's the thing. They had so many points because their whole offense was healthy. And then one by one, they got picked off. But DeAndre Swift is back.
Yep.
He improved his dominance.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, though. The Lions need you.
Dak definitely looked like he was coming back. But, hey, he won. You can't say anything bad about Dak because he won that game.
I honestly prefer Cooper Rush to Dak Prescott.
We'll just have to see. This was against the Lions. We'll see how they do against the better team.
Exactly.
Okay.
My question is, if Dak Prescott, tanks next game, do you swap out Prescott for Cooper Rush?
You give it 2 games.
You give it 2 games?
I think you give 3 because if he loses 2 out of 3, then you obviously go with Cooper Rush. But if he wins 2 out of 3, you stay with Dak. I think that's how you have to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. QB situation in Dallas is looking scary.
Yeah. All right, Giants over Jaguars.
Oi.
23-17. Giants are 6-1. That defense of the Giants is low-key elite. That defense is
low-key. I think their record tells you otherwise.
But Danny Dimes, Saquon Barkley, Darius Slayton, those three guys are doing amazing.
Yeah.
I still think Daniel Jones needs to throw it a little bit more, but he's actually throwing very well this season. This is his best throwing season, I think, for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. He targeted Slayton 3 times, Robinson 6, Barkley 4, Eric 2, Sills 1, Breida 1, Bellinger 1.
I think he's playing to his strengths more, which I think that's what their coach is doing. They're letting him play to his strengths.
Also, Saquon Barkley, that absolute monster, had 24 carries, 110 yards overall, averaging 4.6 yards per carry.
He is the best running back, in my opinion.
In the league right now?
And right now,
I would agree with that.
Right now, he's the best.
Honestly, I think the Giants might be a sleeper here.
They're the dark horse we wanted the Jaguars to be.
Yes, I honestly believe that the Giants might be able to take it all the way this year. Hot take, I know, but
it would be a sick NFC Championship, Giants versus Eagles. If that happens, you gotta admit, if those were the two teams, that would be one of the best
Hurts
NFC
versus Jones.
That would be actually really good.
I don't know.
I'd pay money to see that.
Daniel Jones is coming into his own.
Yep. Jaguars, though, they're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
You can tell they're going in the right direction. They traded James Robinson for a 6 to the Jets. We'll get more into that later.
Yeah.
But Etienne is now the obvious number 1. I like that move. I think it will definitely give Etienne more of a confidence boost the rest of the season. But the Jags are going in the right direction. There's no doubt about it that the Jags are going in the right direction. And I love it. Trevor Lawrence is getting better. I think he's more comfortable. Next season, I say close to a positive record. I say close to. I don't think they'll get it, but I think they might have a 10. If they don't get a 7-10 season this year, 7-10 next year, and then the year after that, playoffs. I think low wild card for them.
Low wild card?
Yep.
All right.
Commanders over Packers 23-21.
Wow.
Packers.
Wow.
I don't even think it's not even Aaron Rodgers' fault at this point. He has no help. The running core is his best asset, and he
doesn't have any receivers to throw to.
Lazard, if you're Aaron Rodgers, I think you retire after this year. You did what you had to do. You need the young guns to play. That's just how it is.
That is how it is.
Commanders, Taylor Heinicke's a better quarterback right now.
Honestly.
For them. He fits the system so well.
Honestly, just stay with Heinicke, Rivera.
He's very good.
Also, I do believe that if the Commanders don't get it together all the way this season,
you send out some guys, get some young talent. Rebuild.
I was gonna say that Ron Rivera's out.
Oh yeah, no, that too. But I think if Ron Rivera's out, I think you rebuild. I think you go for the rebuild. Yeah. Titans over Colts, 19-10. Matt Ryan is set for the season. Matt Ryan is out. They're putting in their young gun quarterback. They got their young gun quarterback in Sam. I forget his last name, but he's really it starts with B. Sam. I don't want to butcher it because I know it's a hard name to say, but Colts might be going for the rebuild now, or maybe they're just trying a new thing out.
I mean, they're 3-1.
Yeah, they're not doing
so
bad.
So they're not terrible.
They could still take it.
Honestly, this loss to the Titans doesn't mean anything. The Titans aren't a team to
be worried about.
Right now.
That defense of the Titans is very underrated. I think it's not the offense. It's the defense.
I agree with that.
But yeah, no. Maybe the Colts try a new thing out. I'm surprised they didn't go with Nick Foles, but that's probably because they wanted to be a third string, which I can understand because he's a good mentor to a young guy like this. So I think both Matt Ryan and Nick Foles is a good teaching for this young gun QB. Jonathan Taylor needs more. He needs more. I don't understand why they're not rushing it because Jonathan Taylor is a top 5 running back still.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, I think Colts. I hope your new quarterback does well. I don't know who you're versing, but we'll see what happens. Titans. Defense underrated, like we said. Offense. I like Malik Willis starting next season. If he doesn't this season, Malik Willis next season.
Because I think this is what I think the Titans are doing right now. I think that they're sticking with Tannehill. They draft a high prospect quarterback, right?
They got
then They let the old gun teach the new gun the tricks, and then next season, when it's less expensive to cut Ryan Tannehill, they make Willis the new QB1.
Yeah. Also, Hassan Haskins actually went to my high school. He's the backup running back for the Titans. Yep, he was drafted. He went to my high school. He was, I think, a year above me.
Wow.
Yeah. He was awesome. Like, he was actually a really awesome guy. I never talked to him personally, but he was a great guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, another fun fact for me. I saw Ezekiel Elliott play once in high school because he went to a high school that my high school played regularly here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So
I love Ezekiel Elliott.
I mean, I'm not an avid Cowboys fan, but I am somewhat of an Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke's just an icon.
Zeke is an icon.
Dude, he could go into anything he wanted, fashion, whatever, and he could just ball out in that too.
Honestly.
Raiders over Texans.
No surprise there.
Yeah, Raiders should have won.
Yeah, they're 2-4.
Yeah. Are they not 3-4?
They're 2-4.
Oh, okay.
They are 2-4.
You know what? This is the game that you build back from. This is honestly the game you build back from because it's an easy win. You know you got it. But they balled out. That defense, though, is very bad. That's going to be their Achilles heel, the Raiders. But
yeah,
the offense is still that good. Darren Waller, did he play? Yeah, he did play. I'm pretty sure. He's still great.
Yeah. So. Hello, people. So sorry. I'm being stolen away right now for some odd reason. So I'm going to hand it over to Jack to finish the sports section. The theater section, all I had was that Crystal Lucas Perry was departing 1776 and was being replaced by Kristen Lloyd. Also, that the and Juliet cast released a recording October 28th. Go give it a listen. It's amazing, phenomenal. I believe that the theater news will be in good hands with Gavin. But One Mic Trio, I'm going to be signing off a bit early today.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit early, and he said he needed to go for some odd reason, aka he forgot he committed to help his theater department get supplies for the upcoming set bill for Mary Poppins. So
I
clearly
don't recall
he's
that.
ashamed of it.
I'm not ashamed of it.
And he's trying to hide it to all of his fans.
No,
I thought Isabel Scheibe, here guest starring appearance, would inform you
Her first guest.
of all
I love it.
of his lies. Thank you.
I am not.
Alrighty, so now we are continuing through the games. Greg has left. Shout out to Isabel. Honestly, love her. She's great. I don't talk to her much, but I love her. Alright, we got 6 more games to go through. I'm going to try to get to them very fast so we can get into theater for the theater peeps out there. Let's get into it. Jets over Broncos, 16-9. Honestly, the Broncos are paying Russell Wilson what they should way too much. He's just overrated. He's done. It's sad. I loved prime Russell Wilson. I think he's a very good quarterback, but this year he's not proven it. He was better on the Seahawks. And yeah, we'll see what happens there. Jets, great win for them. I'm very happy for the Jets. I used to actually like the Jets a little bit when Fitzpatrick played, but I'm not really a Jets fan, obviously. But honestly, Jets fans, good for you guys and good for Giants. New York football is here, and I'm loving it. Chiefs over 49ers. This Chiefs is my team, so I'm going to try to be as unbiased. This was a great team win against the number 1 defense. I still say the Bills have a better defense, but I loved this game for the Chiefs. We definitely needed it. McCole Hardman came alive. Juju Smith-Schuster is still playing amazing. Travis Kelce was in it. Mahomes had a bad pick to begin with, but was perfect afterwards. It's a great all-around team win for the Chiefs that you gotta love. But I will say for 49ers fans, I still think this is a big momentum booster for you guys because you have Christian McCaffrey, you have Jeff Wilson Jr. I think that's a great running core, and I think once you guys' quarterback position is fixed, I think next year you're gonna be a team to be hard to beat. And I still think you're a very hard team to beat. So, honestly, I'm not going to say anything bad about you guys. You guys keep doing you. Next game, we have Seahawks versus Chargers. I cannot believe the Seahawks beat the Chargers this bad. This was not expected by me. But Seahawks, Geno Smith is him. Great running game. Kenneth Walker III, amazing. DK Metcalf is coming into his own. Tyler Lockett. I think DK Metcalf might be injured, but I don't really have time to look that up. But great win for them. Chargers, not a great loss for you. You should have probably won this game. But I will say your team is still really good. You have hopes for the playoffs. I'm not going to count you out. I'll never count you out. Dolphins versus Steelers. Dolphins should have won this game. It was an ugly game for the Dolphins, but you pulled it out. Steelers fans, I'm sorry for you guys right now. I think Kenny Pickett, give him another year. Maybe he can be a good starting quarterback next year. He's obviously, the rookiness is showing in him. And yeah, Dolphins fans, good win for you guys, even though it was ugly for you guys as well. Tua will be back to normal, I think, next game. And yeah, Bears over Patriots. Cannot believe the Patriots lost this one. Bailey Zappi, if you just is not starting next game, Mac Jones is. I think fans need to get over themselves and stop this narrative that Bailey Zappi is the next Tom Brady. You need to give Mac Jones more credit for what he's done for you guys. He still is a starting quarterback in this league, but you guys just can't start shitting on him because you like Bailey Zappi more, because Mac Jones is still a good, serviceable quarterback. I know you guys want Zappi, but give Mac Jones a game or two. If he still doesn't play well, Patriots, trade him, keep Zappi, and if that's what you guys want, that's where you got to go with. Bears finally utilizing Justin Fields the way they should. I'm very happy for the Bears that they got a win here. This was a good win for them, good team win. You guys obviously lost Robert Quinn, so that's going to hurt your defense. A little bit of veteranship gone there, but great win for you guys. I'm glad Justin Fields is being utilized the right way. Awesome. Now the last game, finally the last game. Ravens won over the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 3-5 right now. Not great for you Buccaneers fans, but for Ravens fans, hey, you just beat a top 5 defense in the league. Awesome for you guys. Lamar Jackson came through in this game. He clutched up. Buccaneers fans, I feel bad for you guys, but I also don't, because I'm trying to be as unbiased as I possibly can. I think it's time for Tom Brady to hang it up after the season. That's just my opinion. I think Tom Brady is still a good quarterback. However, I think all the factors in his life are screwing with his mental. I think, in my personal opinion, if I'm Tom Brady, I just say, if not retire right now, retire at the end of the season and just be with your family. That's what I would do. And I may not like Tom Brady as a player, but as a person, I think he's an amazing father, and he needs to take care of those kids and just be there with Giselle, because those kids love him, and obviously Giselle still very much loves him. It's just he's selecting football over his family, and I don't like the decision, but you know what? You got a lot of season left, Buccaneers fans. I don't think there's anything to panic just yet, but I think Tom Brady is affecting the team right now, and I think he needs to get his act together, get everything figured out, and then play. If that's what he wants to do, is play. You need to figure things out. But yeah, great win for the Ravens. Buccaneers, nothing to still be afraid of. I still think you guys have a good chance to make the playoffs, if not a low wild card, because you got a top 3 defense, in my opinion, and you still got amazing wide receivers and a quarterback that can still have a great game if he wants. And with that, we are ending sports. I know that was a lot for you guys, but I wanted to get into theater because I didn't want to take up too much time. But Gavin, what do you got for us for theater? This is your segment. Go.
So Greg has already said it, but Anne and Juliet did come out with their cast album for their Broadway one. The England one has already been out for so long, and I was waiting. I could not wait for this one because I've seen performances, I've seen them on social media, I've heard how they sound, and I love this musical. I think it's a very cool jukebox musical. It's today's pop. You hear Katy Perry, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, and so many other artists' music in it. It's just like a really cool musical that encapsulates all like Shakespeare. It's not, of course, it's more modernized, but like their costume designing, their hair designing, their spectacles of their show is just incredible. Their sets, unbelievable. I cannot wait because I'm gonna go see the show in May. It will run that long, I promise, and like it's gonna be incredible. I am overly excited. I wanted to be in the show so bad. Didn't audition for it, but I want to be in it so bad, so I do hope it has a long run, like the West End. It's been on it for several years now. I hope it transfers to Broadway and it has a long run. I love this show so much. My next topic is the cast of Beetlejuice just performed Beautiful Sound on the Today Show, and that show is just so good. I'm really sad that it's closing, but I understand because it has been off and on Broadway for several years now. But like, Elizabeth Teeter and Alex Brightman, incredible. Elizabeth Teeter is actually somebody I have some mutual friends with, and like I think that's kind of cool. But she's just incredible. She's literally so incredible, and the life she brings to Lydia, it's just unbelievable. At her age, unbelievable. We're literally about the same age, and I want to have that ounce of power, that ounce of talent in my life so bad. And for my final little theater news, I don't really have that much. A lot has happened this week, but like not anything to really talk about. Nothing, no drama or anything. My last little thing is that Danae Benton is gonna reprise the role as Cinderella in Broadway's Into the Woods, which I love this because I love her. I think she is a phenomenal actress. But earlier in the podcast, I talked about how a few actors like to follow bigger actors and get their name from following them. And I won't lie, a lot of Danae Benton's work has been following Philippa So, because Philippa was the original off-Broadway Natasha in The Great Comet, and then Danae was the original Broadway cast of it. So she took the role after Philippa could not come back because she was in Hamilton. And then after Philippa left Hamilton, Danae went and did Eliza in Hamilton.
Wow.
And then now, several years later, Danae is coming to reprise the role of Cinderella after Philippa So has left the show. But Philippa was the original and then left, but she left a while ago. So, I mean, it is what it is. Make your money your own way. But I've never seen a performance by Danae that is the exact same as Philippa's. So, Danae Benton, Miss Benton, you kill it. You kill it every time. I'm so excited to see you in this role. I want to see how you do. I want to see your nuances with it. Christina was amazing. I want to see what you do. Philippa, extraordinary. I want to see what the new Miss Benton can do. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what the next few months are going to turn out to. But that's about a wrap on my theater news. Not too much this week.
Honestly, if you're that woman, get your money. Play some iconic roles, because she obviously has. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's not much you can complain about. That's all your theater news?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to hit you with a couple of things. I'm going to hit you with a couple would you rathers.
Oh, dear God.
We gotta have a little bit of fun. I mean,
okay.
It's just you and me. I just want to get a couple in, I think we should make this another podcast, but why not? Add a little bit more fun to the podcast. It's a nice day. It's a beautiful day. Why not?
Okay.
All right. So, and I'm asking you this because I think you'll have the best reactions. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
Like, see the entire timeline, or just 150 years from now, or just 10 minutes from now?
10 minutes from now, 150 into the future. So you can see what the future is like 150 years from now, or only 10 minutes. I personally, in my own opinion, would want to see 10 minutes. I know it probably would be nothing too special, but I think that if I saw 150 years into the future, I feel like I'd be depressed. Because, let's say, like, a lot of great things happen, it's just sad that we wouldn't be there. You know what I'm saying? But if here's the thing, if there's more stipulation to it, if I could see my family 150 years from now, that's what I would more want to see, rather than what's going on in the world.
I'd probably do the 10 minutes too. Only reason is because I would like to know what's happening.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I could, like, if it's like in my so close future, they're like, you're gonna get in a car accident, I could swerve away from that.
Exactly.
I could dodge things, like, because if you see the future, you can always change the future.
True.
So I would pick 10 minutes.
Yep. All right, next one. Would you rather, this is kind of like a superpower thing, would you rather have telekinesis, the ability to move things with your mind, or telepathy, the ability to read minds? I feel like telepathy, I think that's very intruding. I would not like that. I wouldn't want to read others' minds, and I don't think I would like people reading my own. I think telekinesis is more helpful. You're gonna pick telepathy, aren't you?
Maybe.
Honestly, that's fine. I just think telekinesis, you can do a lot of good with it. I'd rather do good than do something where I feel like I'm affecting the ones I love, because I can judge them very easily depending on what they're thinking.
I would pick telepathy because I would be able to not have to guess on how people think of me, but also I could look at people that are doing something I don't really approve of and see the way that they're thinking, or at least listen to the way that they're thinking. And it's another way of understanding people.
True.
I'm very empathetic, so I would like to know why people work the way they work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Hey, gotta respect both sides. Would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
True love.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you picked
I am depressed.
I would, I personally got mine, so I'm taking the lottery.
Serena, did you hear that? Oh my god.
Okay, ooh, this one's kind of depressing. Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Jail.
Really? It is 5 years.
Well, okay. So, jail, because, yes, at least I'm coherent and able to do things. 10 years, I just aged for 10 years, and I'm 21 now, I'll wake up and I'm 31,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be like, I just missed my entire 20s.
Yeah, I'd say 5 years too. Now with that explanation, yep, I would definitely.
And, jail, yes, it's scary, but, if you know how to work the system, then you know how to work the system. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, let's get a couple more in. I just, something fun to do
Yeah.
the podcast today. We were a little bit low energy in the last one, and let's do something fun for everyone. Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone you know to have access to your internet history?
Internet history, for sure.
I think internet history.
Read my thoughts. I don't need that.
Yep.
I would want to read your thoughts, but that's not... I would not want somebody to read my thoughts.
Yeah, that's fair. I think both are intrusive once again, but internet history is better than thoughts. Hey, you want to see how many YouTubers I've watched every day? Go ahead. I got nothing to hide.
I don't really care what you see on my internet history browser.
All right. Ooh. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
Probably respect. Honestly, yeah. I'm not a people pleaser, at least not anymore. I used to be, but I much more crave people's respect over having power over them. I've never been the type of person in power a lot of the time, so I would never... it would be nice to have power over everything, but I'm also kind of I'd rather be... Because, if you have ultimate respect of everyone, you basically have ultimate power.
Yep. Because if everyone respects you, then you could literally solve world peace.
Yes, exactly.
Genuinely.
You'd be like, maybe you guys shouldn't do that. And then everyone would stop, because it'd be like, I kind of respect that man.
I like that. I guess unlimited power wouldn't be bad, but you saying it like that, yeah, no, that would be amazing. Rather than unlimited power. That doesn't matter.
And that's just greedy.
Yeah.
I'd rather go the better way.
Ooh, this one's weird. Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup? So basically you're going to be stuck in maple syrup almost if it dries up, and Nutella, you're basically not going to move. Basically you're becoming Augustus Gloop from Willy Wonka.
Probably maple syrup.
Yeah.
Because you can actually move.
Yeah.
I have the phobia of not being able to move. So yeah, if I ever got sleep paralysis, end for me. End it. End it there.
Wow. Okay, I think we'll do 2 more and then we'll just wrap this up.
Yeah.
Like I said, something fun. Throw something fun into the podcast.
Yeah.
Would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go shopping, or always forget the one thing that you need when you go to the store?
Always forget the one thing. Because I'm broke as fuck. And I already do buy the 10 things that you don't need. And because if you don't buy the one thing you do need, you can always go back and get it. But then, yes, you do waste gas. My also thought process is that if forgetting the one thing you do need, you can always make something else.
Sure.
You can always change your mind. You can be like, ooh, I did need that, but it's fine.
All right, this one is more towards you. This is our final question. It's going towards you because I don't really have anything to say about it.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or the lead in a box office bomb?
Lead in the box office bomb.
Really?
Because a lot of the time, people that are leads in box office bombs, it doesn't mean their acting was bad. It means that the story wasn't good.
Fair.
A lot of the time. It's usually because if you're in an extra, because like an extra doesn't have lines, nobody's gonna know who the extra is. That's not gonna look good on a resume. I could be like, I was in such and such movie. Yeah, it failed at the box office, but do you see my performance in it? Like, I did fine. Because a lot of the things, like shows like Riverdale or like shows like that people don't like, the actors in it, they're like, they're like, we're just given a script. We're told we have to do this, so we do it. It has nothing against the actors. So if I was in a bomb, but I did my job correctly and I did what I was given in my limited situation well,
Sure.
Then I'm still successful.
It doesn't say you bombed. It just says
Exactly.
the show bombed.
Exactly.
You could make a big name of yourself from that.
And I still made bank.
Yeah.
I made bank.
Next
An
year.
extra, you're free some of the time.
Next, Hugh Jackman off the bomb.
Exactly.
Hugh Jackman rocks both the movie world and theater world.
Exactly. Well, I mean, and there's like tons of A-list celebrities that have had
yeah.
bomb movies, and they rose to fame.
Yep.
I mean, huge celebrities.
Their performance was great. It was just everyone else that kind of weighed you down.
Exactly. So
hey.
I see no problem.
So Gavin confirmed the next Wolverine.
Basically.
That would be amazing. I'd watch that.
I think he's coming back out of retirement.
Yeah, he is for Deadpool 3.
Yep.
That's really awesome. I love Hugh Jackman. My mom loves Hugh Jackman. He's just I think he's one of the most talented men there is. Like, genuinely, if you need someone who could do a little bit of everything, it's him. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah.
More fun segment for the end. A little more energetic podcast, I'd say. Got some sports, some theater, and a little fun game for y'all to kind of get, I guess, to know us more again. But
Yeah. I think a solid 8 podcast.
Solid number 8. We're 2 away, so next week will be double-digit podcast. Guys, thank you so much for whoever is listening. We appreciate you all. Please let us know what you think about our podcast, what we can improve on, what we could, change. And please subscribe and like, because honestly, we have a lot of fun doing this and we want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Go watch us, go listen to us on Spotify and
iHeartRadio.
Are we on there now? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so we got multi-platforms. We also now have a TikTok and an Instagram, One Mic Trio for both.
Yes.
But on, I believe, the Instagram, it's one_mic_trio. And the TikTok, it is just One Mic Trio. We just started them. We're hoping to get content out soon. We're really trying to take this seriously, and we want you guys to know how much we appreciate you and want to grow together, because we just love doing this, and we want you guys to also tell us how much you love it. So yeah, I think that was a pretty nice ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comment, subscribe.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you all later.
See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.